Hi, welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections with our guest today, Angela Broom from the Hospice of the Ozarks. Angela, we were talking during the break. A lot of people don't understand what hospice does and is. Could you enlighten us on that, please?
Absolutely. So hospice care is for a person that has been given a terminal diagnosis that, if the disease were to run its natural course, would have a life expectancy of 6 months or less. Now, does that mean that you're going to just have 6 months? Absolutely not.
Okay.
At the 6-month mark, we do a reevaluation and to see if you still qualify for hospice. We've had patients on hospice for years. Again, like I had mentioned earlier, though, what we hear people say is, I wish that I would have known sooner.
Oh, sure.
Because so many people wait until that last moment that they don't get to take advantage of that full hospice benefit. So it is very important, to ask your doctor, is this a time for hospice? Would I qualify for hospice? Anybody can refer a patient to hospice. It could be you, a family member. You do have to have a doctor, I guess, approve it, giving you that terminal diagnosis.
Right.
But anybody can call and ask questions or do a referral, and we will take care of all of that for them.
Right.
Another misnomer, I guess, is people think that, hospice is just where you go and you're going to die, and that's not true. We have people that fail hospice. You may get that pain and symptom control under control, and you may no longer qualify for hospice. You might, have an improvement. We do see people, it's been proven that people do live longer once they're on hospice care.
Because all their worries are taken away.
That is
you
so
do
true.
a wonderful job.
Yes.
Hospice does. It's so needed, and it's such a blessing for any person that has the chronic disease or terminal disease, I should say, and for their family members.
Absolutely.
I know you touch on everything.
We do not love just the patient, we love the whole family.
Yeah.
We take care of the family. We allow a daughter to be a daughter, or a mother to be a mother, and a grandpa to be a grandpa. It is all care for everyone. And we will take care of that caregiving, or we'll educate people on how to care for their loved ones.
Right, because some are at hospice house, but some hospice patients are at home.
Most of our patients are actually in their home or the place that they call home. So it might be a long-term care facility, it might be a nursing home, or their own home. So we only have a very small percentage that stay in the hospice house. And in the hospice house, there are 3 levels of care. So our first one is your general inpatient. So that is where the care, or when your pain is uncontrollable at home or in the nursing home, that you can go in as an inpatient there. We also have a self-pay, where perhaps you don't want to be at your home, so you might pay a room and board fee to stay. The actual hospice care is still covered, but you would just pay a room and board. And then the 3rd level of care is respite. So, and this is just a break for the family. If you are the primary caregiver and you just need a rest, or perhaps you need to just take care of some things, go out of town,
Right.
then your loved one can come into our hospice home and be under that respite care.
And I know the facility itself is just beautiful.
Yes.
Totally designed for family.
Absolutely.
And patient. The rooms are beautiful, but the living room, the fireplace, an area for kids to watch movies and play games, a whole kitchen, so that if there was a special dish that Grandma always loved, the family members could come in and make it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's so unique and so special and so needed.
It is. My first, I guess, I didn't even know about hospice. I'm one of those that, but 8 years ago, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer, and they decided, him and my mother-in-law had decided that they wanted to go under hospice. So Hospice of the Ozarks actually cared for my father-in-law, and he went into the hospice house, and I was so impressed with the work and the care that he received. And then my grandmother was at Hospice of the Ozarks again about 9 months later. So again, it was just exceptional care. And so that actually is what led me to go into hospice.
It's amazing, and I've not heard this story for the first time. I'm thinking of nurses. I'm thinking of people that have moved to the area. They may have been visiting the area. Something happened to a loved one. They've come to the hospital, been absolutely blown away by the exceptional care, the excellent care they've received, and have ended up moving back to the area. And in many cases, if they're retired nurses, they may have thought they were retired, but they've come back out of retirement and they're now working there.
Yes,
so, yeah,
absolutely.
It's a great story. It's a difficult way to learn about hospice, but thank goodness you learned the benefits of it.
Yes.
So that you can, there's nothing more compelling when you're talking to a group than your own life experience.
I absolutely just cannot. I love the work that they do, and I am so honored that I'm able to come back to the area and give back with Hospice of the Ozarks. I truly love what I do.
And it shows, it shows. Well, let's go back to the event coming up and go over all of that information again.
Absolutely.
How someone could reach you by phone.
I am at the administration office at Hospice of the Ozarks, and that is 508-1771.
Okay.
And I can be reached there at any time,
All right.
or they know how to find me.
They can track you down.
They
as
can
they
track
say.
me down.
Our electronic leashes. We've always got them.
So true.
So this is coming up on April 2nd, the Stetsons and Stilettos out at Stone Creek Ranch. And what are the times on that?
We are going to kick things off at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and then we'll probably go up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a little later if there's
Maybe
a little
later. We'll
dancing
see
and
how it
people are
goes.
having fun, and especially the group that's got the limo. Hey, come on.
I know. I know.
Oh, reach out to all the folks out there going, oh, come on, be a presenting sponsor on this
Please
one.
be a clear presenting sponsor. There's some other things that we're talking about, maybe a margarita bar. So.
Goes right along with the Southwest food
That's
there.
right.
That's perfect. I just love it. So I love the planning stages and phases that you're in right now,
Yes.
but the basics are there. There's going to be a band. There's going to be incredible food, different offerings of food, something for everyone's taste. And,
Yes.
and the setting alone, I mean, talk about coming out casual in your boots and
That's right.
yeah.
Even though it's called Stetsons and Stilettos, you do not need to wear your stilettos.
yeah, boots.
Because you will sink in the dirt.
Yeah.
It is a dirt floor. So wear your boots.
Or sandals. You
Or
know.
sandals.
Yeah,
That's
there you
true.
go.
It is April, so
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
we'll
it
have
should
some
be.
nice weather.
Oh, I bet you will. What an incredible year we've had already. Very little winter, and
Yes.
I think we're going to have an early spring, according to
I
the
hope
Punxsutawney Phil. So that came out, the little groundhog. He's saying no, spring's coming early. So
Well, let's hope so.
all right.
Let's hope for no
Angela
rain.
Broom.
Yes.
Okay, outreach and
Development.
for Hospice of the Ozarks. And the number again where we can reach you.
508-1771.
All right. Stetsons and Stilettos, will you come back and see us closer to the event
Bet
date
I will.
and keep us updated?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thanks for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Oh, we're delighted. And thank you for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections. See you again next week.